would like to invite all of you to this very special feature as we celebrate the 500 quintessential commemoration in the Philippines of the birth of Christianity. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Mamita Lapu-Lapu, as I narrate to you the history behind the Battle of Mactan, which I base solely from the narratives of Spanish chronicler who was with Ferdinand Magellan on his voyage in the Philippines in 1521, Antonio Pigafetta. Subscribe to my YouTube channel as I narrate to you what took place in the Battle of Mactan as part of my features for the celebration of the birth of Christianity, the 500 years anniversary of the birth of Christianity in the Philippines. You travel local as Cebu province has reopened to all local travelers. Visit Cebu, especially the Catholic faithfuls, to celebrate the birth of Christianity. And it would start on April 4, Easter Sunday, here in my province of Cebu. Have a blessed day to each and every one of you. Here, on the 27th of April, 1521, Lapu-Lapu and his men repulsed the Spanish invaders, killing their leader, Ferdinand Magellan, thus making Lapu-Lapu and became the first Filipino to have repelled European aggression. And this is the marker. A depiction of the Battle of Mactan drawn on a portrait, on a painting. It was on the spot Ferdinand Magellan died on April 27, 1521, wounded in the encounter with the soldiers of Lapu-Lapu, chief of Mactan Island. One of Magellan's ships, the Victoria, under the command of Juan Sebastian del Cano, sailed from Cebu on May 1, 1521 and anchored at Sanlúcar de Barrameda on September 6, 1522. Proving and completing the first circumnavigation of the earth. So, I would like to invite all the Catholic faithfuls all over the world, and if perhaps if you are still deterred to travel, if you are out of the country, Filipinos who are now allowed to visit Cebu, especially now that we have reopened our province to all Filipinos here in the Philippines to visit the island of Cebu as we celebrate the quintessential commemorations of the 500 years anniversary on the Christianization of the Philippines. And it would start on Easter Sunday, April 4 of 2021. I'm sorry, April 4, 2021. There will be numerous reenactment and celebration on the birth of Christianity, which took place here in the province of Cebu. Visit province of Cebu. You may inquire from the tourism board as for the requirement, but I was aware that they have relaxed the requirement of those locals who would like to visit my beloved province of Cebu. Travel local. Visit the island of Cebu, especially we will be celebrating the 500 years anniversary on the Christianization of the Philippines. This monument was erected as in memory of Ferdinand Magellan, who came to the Philippines in March 1521, and proving to the world that indeed Earth is not flat, and have discovered the Philippines. It was also Magellan who have converted Raja Humabon and Queen Juana into Christianity and erected a cross in Cebu and paving the way on the birth of Christianity in the Philippine Islands in March of 1521. Ferdinand Magellan died on this site, and he was given a memorial through this monument, though his body was sent back to Spain. Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese explorer who used and asked permission from the King of Spain to launch the expedition to prove that the world is not flat, though he was not successful because he died in Mactan. It was through him and that he has proven that by sailing from the east, he would reach Pacific Ocean and discovered the island of the Philippines. And the expedition was continued by Miguel de Elcano. The complete expedition was made by Miguel de Elcano because Magellan died and was not able to finish his circumnavigation. This is the monument of Ferdinand Magellan. Mactan Island's chieftain Lapu-Lapu, who was the first Filipino who repelled foreign invaders. It was on April 27, 1521. Though he did not personally kill Ferdinand Magellan, he was the chieftain of this island and ordered to raise an uprising and resist the order of Ferdinand Magellan for the natives to be converted to Christianity and pay obedience to the King of Spain. Upon his order, he launched Battle of Mactan and defeated Ferdinand Magellan and his soldiers, causing his untimely demise. Lapu-Lapu is acknowledged as the first Filipino hero based on presidential decree signed by President Rodrigo Duterte in 2017. And in every April 27, the island of Mactan celebrates the victory of Lapu-Lapu in the Battle of Mactan commemoration and celebration. Ito ay isang mahalagang narrative tungkol sa history ng Pilipinas. I will base the account from the chronicle of a Spanish historian and a chronicler who was with Ferdinand Magellan's voyage in going to the Philippines, no? In trying to prove that the world is not flat by starting his voyage from the west and would end on the eastern side of the globe, no? Meaning to say, he will prove that the world is round and accidentally discovered Pacific Ocean. Ito yung historical account ni Antonio Pigafetta, isang Spanish chronicler, who documented the arrival of Magellan and his boat carrying with Spanish soldiers in the island of Samar, passing through Pacific Ocean. That proves one thing, that indeed the world wasn't flat. So upon arriving in Samar, nakilala nila ang isang datu from Samar who was also instrumental in introducing Ferdinand Magellan to a certain dato in the island of Sugbo, which is the dato known as Raha Humabon. And it was in that particular moment na nagkakilala si Magellan at si Raha Humabon at ang kanyang reyna na si Queen Juana, na na-convert niya ang chieftain, ang dato at ang kanyang reyna into Christianity and built and erected a cross. Itong nakikita natin ngayon, simbolo ng cross na nakikita natin sa cross ni Magellan sa Cebu City, no? And that was the birth of Christianity. Late March of 1521. Kaya nga sinicelebrate natin ang Ika-500 years of quintessential anniversary of Christianity. Now, let's focus on Magellan's Battle of Mactan. Nang nakilala na ni Magellan si Humabon had encouraged him na pumunta sa isla ng Mactan. Kasi sa isla ng Mactan, it is rich with vegetation, rich with catch of fishes, kasi nga it is surrounded by body of water. Sinabi ni Humabon kung gusto niya, sasamahan niya si Magellan na pumunta para ma-replenish yung mga stock niya. At the same time, after his conversion, i-convert na rin si Dato Lapu-Lapu at ang isla ng Mactan. There were two datos here, ang Dato Zalu and Dato Lapu-Lapu. Dato Zaru was headed to the order of Humabon na mag-convert in Christianity, but it wasn't the same with Lapu-Lapu. He resisted sa order niya. He resisted na ma-convert ang isla nila to Christianity. And he was forewarned by Magellan na pag hindi niya ibigay ang obedience niya sa hari ng Spanya, Magellan will be obliged, will resist, at the same time will raise arms para mapersa ang mga tao dito sa Mactan to convert into Christianity. But Lapu-Lapu resisted. Kaya on April 27, dumaong dito sa shoreline na to. Itong nakikita niyong shoreline, dumaong dito ang barko ni Magellan kasama yung 60 soldiers niya, but they arrived 3 hours early bago mag-sunrise, at it was low tide. Kaya doon hindi naka-penetrate yung barko ni Magellan sa malayo silang area, which was Kasi imposibleng makadaong sila because of the coral stones and that mangroves, and it was muddy. So doon sa malayong lugar na yon, kahit may mga kanyon sila, hindi makapasok yung kanilang barko na may mga armas de fuego na panglaban sana sa mga natives na nag-resist na ma-convert to Christianity. Magellan was too confident. He was so confident na matatalo niya ang resistance, ang repulsion ni Lapu-Lapu, kaya inorderan niya ang kanyang 49 soldiers na bumaba, kasama na rin siya, at naiwan yung 11 soldiers sa barko. Sila ang ignite noong cannon if in case lumusob yung mga natives. So yung 49 soldiers, bumaba sila, kaya lang it was muddy. They cannot move fast, swift, because it was muddy. So nahihirapan silang gumalaw. And what is protected on the body was only the head by metal headdress, and also the body metal body protection, pero ang mga paa nila ay was not protected. So dumaong sila with their guns. Mas superior nga ang mga armaments, yung mga armas de fuego ng mga Espanyol. But the native soldiers of Lapu-Lapu, who was already readying to the attack with more than 1,500 natives soldiers, swiftly inatake nila ang 49 only soldiers of Magellan. Kaya madali nilang nalusob, madali nilang na-overpowered, kahit na nga mas superior ang mga armas na mga Espanyol. Kaya lang hindi nga sila makagalaw dahil nga it was so muddy, while yung mga soldiers nila Lapu-Lapu was familiar with the mud and the terrain. Kaya inatake nila. Ang ginawa nila, they hit by using a javelin at saka yung mga poisonous bow and arrow nila. Ang tinira nila ay yung mga paa, kasi wala ngang protection yung mga paa na mga Espanyol. At dito sa battle na to, madaling na overpowered yung mga soldiers ni Magellan. Ang ikinagalit ng mga soldiers ni Lapu-Lapu ay sinunog nila ang mga bahay. Inorderan ni Magellan na sunugin ang mga bahay ng mga natives. Lalong ikinagalit ng mga natives, kaya hinanap nila kung sino umutos at nakita nila si Magellan. And through with a javelin stick, tinira nila si Magellan sa paa, and Magellan fell down with face down as well. At tinira nila, pagkatapos nilapitan siya ng isang native na soldier ni Lapu-Lapu, at ginamitan siya ng bolo, and he was hit pierced in his heart. As a result, yun ay ikinamatay ni Magellan. It was not Lapu-Lapu because Lapu-Lapu then was nearly mga 70 years old na. It was one of the soldiers of Lapu-Lapu who killed Magellan upon the instigation, upon the order of the chieftain Lapu-Lapu. At dito sa shoreline na to, naganap ang Battle of Mactan in 1521, April 27.